Some people seem to carry a kind of quiet magic. They walk into a room and feel the mood before anyone speaks. They can understand others without needing a long explanation. They see patterns where others see confusion. For the INFJ personality type, these moments aren't just random. They are part of how they are built. INFJs are rare. They only make up a small percentage of the population, and many of them go unnoticed. They're not loud or flashy. They don't always speak their minds right away. But underneath that calm surface is a powerful inner world, full of insight, feeling, and strange, almost hidden abilities. These aren't just traits. They're deeper than that. They're the kind of things most people don't see unless they're paying close attention. Some call them emotional empaths. Others say they're old souls or wise beyond their years. But there's something more mysterious going on here. True INFJs seem to have powers that others don't. These are not powers in the fantasy sense. They're real but hard to explain. They come from how INFJs process the world, through intuition, emotion, and deep mental patterning. These mysterious powers don't show up in everyone who takes a personality test and lands on INFJ. They appear more often in those who truly understand themselves and live in alignment with who they are. The true INFJ doesn't just react to the world. They feel it, shape it, and move through it in ways that are often misunderstood. In this video, we're going to look at 6 of these mysterious powers. Not just skills, not just habits, but rare abilities that give true INFJs their quiet strength. If you've ever felt different in a way you couldn't quite name, these might help explain why. Power number 1, ability to sense hidden emotions and motivations. Have you ever walked into a room and immediately felt the tension, even if no one was talking about it? Or looked at someone smiling and thought, something's not right? For true INFJs, this happens all the time. It's not a guess. It's a knowing. INFJs have the unique ability to read what isn't said. They notice the shift in someone's tone, the way someone looks away too quickly, or the pause before they answer. These small cues build a picture that most people miss. It's not just reading facial expressions. It's sensing the full emotional landscape behind the mask. But this ability goes even deeper. It's not only about what someone is feeling, it's also about why they're feeling it. INFJs often see the roots of behavior. They can look at someone acting cold or angry and understand that the real reason might be fear, sadness, or past pain. They understand not just the emotion, but the cause. This kind of insight doesn't come from analysis. It comes from deep intuition and empathy working together. It feels instant. The INFJ might not even know how they know, they just do. And more often than not, they're right. This makes INFJs powerful in emotional spaces. They can connect with people who usually hide behind walls. They can comfort others without needing much explanation. They just understand. But it also makes life harder. They can't turn it off. They feel what others feel, even when they don't want to. Being around people who are angry, fake, or dishonest can drain them fast. Some INFJs try to block this ability when they're young. It can be too much. But the ones who learn to manage it gain something rare. They become truth seekers. They know when someone isn't being honest, even with themselves. And they use this power to help others heal, grow, or open up. To outsiders, it might seem like INFJs are just good listeners or emotionally smart, but inside there's something deeper happening. It's almost like they're walking through the emotional energy of others, not just watching it from the outside. Power number 2, visions of future possibilities and long-term patterns. Some people live in the moment. They act based on what's right in front of them. Others plan a little ahead. But true INFJs have a different way of thinking. Their minds naturally drift forward. Not just days or weeks, but far ahead. They see how small choices shape bigger outcomes. They feel when something is building, shifting, or about to break. This isn't just planning. It's a kind of vision. INFJs use their introverted intuition to pick up hidden trends. While others are focused on the present facts, INFJs sense what's coming. It's like their mind is connecting dots no one else even notices. They might suddenly say, "I don't think this is going to last," or "I have a feeling this is going to happen." And later, they turn out to be right. They don't always know how to explain it. It's not logic, it's a sense. A quiet voice that says, "Pay attention, this matters." This power can show up in small things. Choosing a career path others doubt, only for it to succeed. Leaving a relationship before problems appear. Noticing a shift in someone's attitude before it becomes an issue. They aren't trying to be ahead of the curve. They just are. What makes this power mysterious is how private it is. INFJs don't always share their insights. They watch, they wait, and they move when it feels right. Their timing often confuses people. But there's always a reason behind it, even if no one else sees it. This vision-based thinking gives INFJs an edge. It helps them avoid danger, guide others, and stay prepared for changes that would surprise most people. But it can also make them feel distant. They might feel frustrated when others don't see what's coming. They may pull back when others charge ahead, simply because something feels wrong. Some people call this foresight, some call it a sixth sense. For the true INFJ, it's just the way their brain works. They don't live only in the now, they live in what could be. And that makes them powerful. Power number 3, creating deep meaning connections between ideas, people, and circumstances. Some people see life in separate parts, jobs, friends, habits, thoughts, all like boxes on a shelf. But true INFJs think in a different way. Their minds naturally look for the links between everything. They don't just see a single moment, they see how that moment connects to a bigger story. This ability is subtle but powerful. INFJs often pull meaning from places others overlook. A conversation, a dream, a mistake, or a small change in someone's behavior, these things spark something in their mind. They start to connect the dots, and what they find is often profound. They can see how someone's past pain is shaping their current choices. They can find the deeper purpose behind a random challenge. They can feel when two unrelated ideas suddenly explain each other. This pattern recognition isn't just intellectual. It's emotional, symbolic, and personal. This power gives INFJs the ability to bring people and ideas together in unique ways. They might create art, writing, or advice that speaks straight to someone's inner truth. They don't force meaning. They uncover it, then reflect it back with honesty and depth. They also see connections between people. They notice who really understands each other, who is hiding something, or where healing needs to happen. Even in silence, INFJs read the space between words and actions. This gift can make them feel isolated, though. Others may not see what they see, or they may not care about deeper meaning. INFJs sometimes feel like they're speaking a different language. But when they find someone who does understand, the bond is instant and lasting. They may not always explain their thoughts out loud, but their inner world is filled with invisible threads that make everything feel connected. And when they act or speak from that place, it creates impact. This ability is part of what makes them such natural guides. Not because they have all the answers, but because they can see what questions matter most. Power number 4, inner moral compass and quiet influence over others. True INFJs are guided by something strong inside them, a sense of what's right and wrong that doesn't come from rules or rewards. It's not about doing what others expect. It's about staying true to what feels deeply right. This inner compass is one of their most mysterious powers. Even when no one is watching, INFJs follow this guide. They often make hard choices, not because they have to, but because they believe it's the only honest path. They may feel uncomfortable lying, hiding truth, or going along with something that feels off. Their conscience speaks clearly, even when others ignore it. This quiet strength affects the people around them. INFJs don't try to control or lead directly, but their calm certainty has power. They influence through presence, not pressure. Others often feel safe around them, or inspired to look deeper into themselves. Something about the way INFJs carry their values makes people stop and think. Their influence works best when they don't try. A few words from an INFJ can shift a situation. A quiet look can say more than a loud speech. People listen to them, even if they don't always understand why. This kind of power is different from charm or popularity. It's not about being liked, it's about being trusted. People feel that INFJs are not acting out of ego or gain. They're guided by something real, something grounded. At the same time, this power can be a burden. INFJs often feel pressure to do the right thing, even when it's hard. They carry emotional weight silently. They might walk away from situations that feel wrong, even if it costs them something. Their path is shaped by what feels true inside, not by outside rewards. And while they may not always explain their decisions, those who know them well can feel the depth behind each one. INFJs don't just follow rules, they follow purpose. That's what gives them influence without asking for it. Power number 5, capacity for profound solitude-driven transformation. Most people need time alone to rest, but INFJs take it further. For them, solitude isn't just about recharging, it's where change happens. True INFJs go inward, not just to escape the noise, but to become someone new. This deep internal growth is one of their most mysterious powers. They don't fear silence. They seek it. In that quiet space, they reflect, break things down, and rebuild. They face their doubts, ask hard questions, and sit with uncomfortable truths. It's not always peaceful. Sometimes it's hard. But that's where they find clarity. Many people avoid solitude because it feels lonely. For INFJs, it can feel like coming home. Their mind becomes a space of learning and renewal. They don't need loud events or outside approval to grow. They need honesty, space, and time. This is how they change, not just little shifts, but full inner transformations. They might come out of a quiet season with new beliefs, new direction, or new strength. People may be surprised by the change, but it's been building slowly in silence. INFJs often live through inner cycles. They let go of old habits, reflect deeply, then rise with new focus. It can look sudden to others, but it's a process that happens entirely within. This ability to shape themselves from the inside out is rare. It also means they don't fear change the way others might. They've already faced change inside. So when life demands something new, they're ready. Not because they planned for it, but because they've already made space for it. This power makes them steady, adaptable, and hard to shake. They don't rely on trends or group thinking. Their direction comes from within, and it's often stronger than anything the outside world could offer. Power number 6, psychological sixth sense, for when to act, when to withdraw. Some people need clear signs before they make a move. They wait for advice, permission, or proof. But true INFJs often act before those signs show up. They don't always have a reason that makes sense to others. They just know. It's a kind of timing that feels almost supernatural. This ability shows up in many ways. An INFJ might suddenly stop talking in a conversation because they feel the energy shift. They might walk away from a situation days before it gets worse. They might choose the perfect moment to speak a truth that needed to be said, just when it will make the most impact. It's not guesswork. It's not luck. It's a deep internal signal they've learned to trust. Their introverted intuition gathers quiet information in the background, small changes in tone, mood, tension. And when it's time to move, something inside clicks. They don't always know how they know. But they do. This power helps them avoid conflict or step into leadership at the exact right time. It also helps them protect their peace. They know when to leave a conversation, when to stop texting, or when to pull back from someone who feels off. They may not explain it, but they feel it in their gut. Others might not understand their timing. To some, it might seem random or too fast. But later, people often realize the INFJ made the right call. Their decision wasn't based on fear, it was based on quiet certainty. This sixth sense also gives them the power to protect others. They might step in to stop a conflict before it starts, or offer help before someone even asks. They don't need to be told something is wrong, they already know. This ability can feel lonely at times. It's hard to explain a decision when you don't have clear facts to back it up. But true INFJs learn that their timing is part of who they are. It's not about being perfect. It's about being connected to something deeper than logic. They're not following the crowd. They're following a map no one else can see. If you've ever felt like you see the world in layers, feel things others miss, or move through life on your own quiet rhythm, you're not alone. These aren't just personality traits. They're part of a deeper design that gives the true INFJ a rare and powerful way of thinking, feeling, and acting. We've looked at 6 mysterious powers that live in the INFJ mind. The power to sense hidden emotions, to see the future in quiet ways, to link meaning across people and moments. The power to live by a strong inner compass, to transform through solitude, and to act with timing that can't be explained. These powers are not loud. They're not meant to impress. But they change lives, starting with your own. If you recognize these in yourself, protect them. Build them. Trust them. The world may not always understand them, but that doesn't make them any less real. You don't need to explain how you know. You just need to keep listening to the part of you that already does.